My first 5 years of America, I taught at the university, I got masters, I got married, I got a child, I became a green card holder, I became a US citizen, and I served in the US military. That was the first 5 years of my life here in the United States. Then, now I have been here for 12 years, 12 and a half to be exactly. So, from 5 years of those kind of accomplishment up to 12 years, there are so much things again in between which I've been able to accomplish. But there are so many failures. There are so many challenges I've faced over the past 12 and a half years. I want to take this opportunity to share with you some of my failures, some of the challenges I've faced, and some of the successes that I have in my 12 and a half years here in America. Remember, the purpose is not to show off. The purpose is to educate one another. So, join me in this particular long video. Possibly we'll be having some parts in between to be able to share how did I manage to accomplish those kind of things. And what are the challenges I faced? What are the mistakes I did? What are the things which I hope I knew very, very early on, despite for me thinking that I prepared myself, that I'm coming there and going to be able to succeed. But I wish my first 5 years in America, I could know 1, 2, 4, 5, whatever. There are certain things I wish I could know. Nowadays, I could be in a very, very next level. So this video wants to make sure that for you, you'll get some lessons on the mistakes I did, the failures I had, the things which I didn't know, so that you know now those kind of things, you can be able to succeed from very, very early start. I don't want you to come here and the 7th year later, you come, oh, I didn't know there is about this kind of, there's something called this kind of retirement plan, or there is this kind of thing. No, you don't need to have any mistakes. You need to have all these kind of things very, very early on. So let me start about coming to America first of all. How did it all start on my end? It started with a dream for my case. Since 5th grade, back in my small town of Kigoma, in Tanzania, planned, oh, I'll go to live in America. But it was some people, this is childish dream. But I have already talked about this one in my book and in so many other areas. But all in all, let me fast forward to what exactly happened for me to come to America. Yes, I said I had a dream, I had a plan, and I knew I'll come through my brain, I'll come through education. That was the way I wanted to come to America. Or even if I wanted to go to Europe at that particular time, I was looking for both Europe and America, but the final destination has to be in America. So I want to go even if to Europe through education, then come as a final destination to the greatest state or greatest country on the planet Earth. So for that particular case, while I was in my second year, going to my final year, there was a scholarship was announced, which was usually a Fulbright Scholarship to give people opportunity to come to teach Swahili or to teach languages of their countries to America. So you apply, you do the interview. After the interview, you process everything, you are sent to a university. So I did the same thing. We apply. The interview was 1 hour interview. Did the interview. I went through. We had to do the English proficiency test. I passed. Then from there, I had to wait. So while I was in the final year, my second semester, my final semester is when I got. So I was doing my final examination. I already know for sure. On this day, I will be going to the United States. I will be going to teach Swahili at Marshall University. The university will be open on this day. So I had everything planned. So I finished on 27th of May 2008. I finished my final exam at the university. So much excited. So it's not for me just finishing the exam. It's for me finishing one step of my life to go to another step. So for that particular case, I continue to live at the university. I just get like you pay extra, you stay at the dorm until August 15, when I traveled to come to America. So the first arrival in my United States was I arrived at the port. It was Los Angeles. LA, the international airport over there, the biggest airport, whatever, because I had to go to Stanford first of all. So I arrived in LA, and then from there, I went to San Francisco, to Stanford for 1 week. Then from 1 week orientation, then I went to my university, which I'll be teaching, which is Marshall University in West Virginia. West Virginia is a very small state. And it's not a rich state, but very beautiful, green state, very low key. It's not like it's so quick, busy, like you are talking the life of New York or Chicago. No, it is a very low space type of life. So for me, that was a very good environment to start with, because I didn't want to get stuck or get contradicted. Like if you go to the New York, if I was to be placed to the university in New York, that could be a little bit different, because you are so much in the movement, traffic, and so much. But West Virginia was so much family life, and I had family friends. I got some very good friends up to now. I take some people like father figures over there. I mean, it was a very good experience. So that for me, it was a start of my American life. But before I came to America, I already know for sure what I'll be doing here. Yes, the contract was 10 months or 1 year full. It is 10 months to be exactly. But after the visa, after the final contract, when it ends, you have at least 1 month to be in America before you go back to your home country. So for that particular case, I came here. I know for sure this contract is not going to be renewed. So what will be my next step? Legal way. Not the unlegal, I mean the crazy part, no. The legal way. So when I came here, I already have everything written down. That yes, I've arrived here. In order for me to do here, I have to take the graduate examination, graduate record exam, GRE. So my first money I got from Institute of International Education, IIE, or Department of State, like the money for housing and staying, whatever, the same first money I just paid for my GRE. It was not expensive, with 200 and something, but I had to take the exam. So I took the exam with the first month I've been in America. I didn't want to lose anything. I was so much focused. I had a blueprint, what I want to accomplish. So, and having some friends, having some good supervisor, that helped me a lot to get some people to give me good recommendation, to give me some heads up, go and volunteer here, look for some volunteer. So I was every day busy, volunteering, teaching, working, just anything. I have to be busy, connected, creating a network. But my next move was I have to do whatever it takes to get master's education. Scholarship for masters. That was my goal. Yes, this one, you come to teach Swahili just with your bachelor degree at the university level. My roommate was from Oman. There is another lady who was teaching Russian, was from Russia. But when we went to Stanford with everybody, like majority of people, we had almost every country from the planet. People from Nigeria, people from Ghana, people from Somalia, people from Ethiopia, people from wherever, South Africa, Swaziland, whatever country you mentioned, in Asia, China, Taiwan, whatever, all the countries, they are coming here to teach. So it's kind of like exchange program of some sort, but is exchange visitor program is called by Department of State. So that was a very good start for me. So in order for me not to leave any room for mistake, I knew within the first 10 months, I cannot do a lot of things. So my number one goal, the first year, is how can I continue to be in America legally to extend beyond the first 1 year of my visa. So each day, when 1 day is over, the first 24 hours is over, next 24 hours is coming up. For me, yes, I'm excited to be in America and everything, but deep down I'm sad because 1 day of my visa is going to decrease. That means the time to go back to Tanzania was going up. So that means I have to rush, I have to apply for so many opportunities. So I had to apply with aggressiveness, and I was so aggressive to make sure that I get scholarship. I didn't want to leave any room for not getting the master's scholarship. So I applied 25 universities. So for me to pay for application fee, To pay for the examination for GRE. I already had the TOEFL exam, but in order to apply, you have to pay for education testing services (ETS) for them to send the transcript or the examination for TOEFL certificate, and you have to pay extra. You have to pay application fee. So for me, I didn't care how much I spend, as long as this investment will give me opportunity to continue to be here in America. So when they say we want at least minimum 3 recommendation letters, I have 5, I have 6, I give them extra. So I have recommendation from my professors or teachers they taught me in Tanzania. I have recommendation from here for teachers in America. I had a recommendation from places I volunteered. I had a recommendation everywhere. I had to write a very statement of purpose. I have to give some people to look at it, and what should I add? I had to be able to accept the challenges and some addition from other inputs from other people. Then, with those 25 universities I applied, I got 3. And one among was University of San Diego. If you go and you're looking about yes, it is good, but it's not the best like Harvard, yes. But even like it is at the very big hill in San Diego, where if you're at that hill, you can see the entire San Diego down there. So even when in 3 or 4 years in a row, University of San Diego has been ranked as #1, the most beautiful campus on the planet. And even my wedding was the church, which is in the university, is like a cathedral, very beautiful. And the program I went to study is called Master's Degree in Peace and Justice Studies, or Peace Studies and Conflict Resolution. So I concentrated on conflict resolution. So within the University of San Diego, there is a School of Peace, which is called Joan B. Kroc School of Peace. So the wife of McDonald, the person who owns McDonald, is called, the person with McDonald is called Ray Kroc. The wife is called Joan B. Kroc. So that woman went to the University of San Diego, it's a Catholic university, and built the big School of Peace, and again went to University of Notre Dame, built another School of Peace. So there are 2 Schools of Peace called Joan B. Kroc. One is at the University of San Diego, and the other one is at the University of Notre Dame. If you apply in these 2 universities into the School of Peace, you are automatically, if they admit you, they are going to consider you for scholarships. So I got 36,000 scholarship for tuition and fees, for able to cover the cost of tuition and fees from Joan B. Kroc School of Peace. And also I got external scholarship from Rotary Ambassadorial Scholarship to get for cost of living, which was 24,000. And this one is the prospectus of the University of San Diego for the year 2011 to 2013. For 2011, 2012, 2013, this was the prospectus. I finished my master's in 2010. So I started 2009 in August. I finished 2010. So on the cover, this is me on the cover, on the prospectus, you see. So because they use my face and everything, so they sent me like 5 copies of this one. So I still have some of these one, like, I've been to the catalog of the university, graduate catalog, for whatever 3 years in a row. Okay, that is good, something like that. So that was for me, was still to be within the, so with this one, I had F1 visa, which is the international student visa. So still, being international, I was still into what is called non-immigrant visa. Non-immigrant visa is the visa which you have, you come here on temporary basis before you become green card holder. So the next phase for me is to move from non-immigrant visa to immigrant visa. And that is what I'll be sharing about marrying American citizen and starting my life here with my wife. So that will be the next video talking about transformation from non-immigrant to immigrant visa. So Stay tuned for part 2. But before I go away, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the video and like the video so that you can be on the same page. Thank you so much.